Well, I mean, think about all your worldly possessions being ripped out of your home, piled up on the curb to be hauled away as trash. And then us being able to go in and basically give them a new home. You will see God move in ways that are totally unexpected.
Bret, I'm excited. We're talking about alternative spring break. We've talked before about just serving and everything and all that y'all have been doing with disaster recovery. But before we get into alternative spring break, you have a personal passion about serving, and you've told stories about when you were a teen serving. So can you, for those that don't know, can you talk about that story?
Sure. So I started serving back when I grew up in the Methodist camp.
Yeah.
And so I was a part of UMYF, their youth ministries.
Yeah.
And every summer we went out to a camp, and we actually provide the backbone for that camp. So you had permanent staff, but we'd go out and we served doing all the grunt work.
Yeah.
So we did, washing dishes, washing toilets,
Yeah.
I had a construction background, so I was on doing repair stuff.
Yeah.
And so it was a great opportunity to interact with the campers.
Mm-hmm.
We were always partnered with what they called Sunshine Camp,
Mm-hmm.
which was, think about Night to Shine,
Yeah.
only a week-long camp.
Yeah.
So we got to interact with the campers
Mm-hmm.
when we weren't actually working. And then much like we do on our deployments now,
Mm-hmm.
once the day is done, you'd finish the evening with like a devotional time.
Yeah.
And so I would say it impacted me more long term. I mean, certainly it impacted me short term.
Yeah.
I think we all kind of get that high from service when you go out and do something, particularly something that's a little bit out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
When I look back the way my life could have been, because I was not a very good kid.
What?
You can have that conversation with my mom. But it really grounded me, I think, in the end.
Yeah.
And as I kind of came back around, as a lot of us guys in particular do,
Yeah.
I think that baseline really impacted me. And it certainly gave me a taste for serving
Yeah.
beyond just Christian, godly kind of background.
So tell us about Western North Carolina. So for those that don't know about what happened, I'm sure many do, but tell us about the work that you've experienced or seen there, and why is it so important that we go and serve in this community?
Right. So Western North Carolina, Hurricane Helene, this will actually be my fifth or sixth time up.
Wow.
Started right after the storm hit, doing actual recovery operations, and then we've been up doing rebuild operations ever since. It is an amazing experience. You don't think of the mountains as being impacted by a hurricane, but they were. Many areas were devastated, and there are a couple of communities that essentially got wiped off the face of the earth.
Wow.
And so to go up there and work with families in homes that, I've been in homes that they had 9 feet of flood water in their house, and just go in and help them to rebuild, and get back into their homes.
Yeah.
Just to be able to see these people and pray with them and talk to them and hear their stories.
Yeah. I've seen some of the pictures that y'all have shown with some of these individuals, and I'm always wondering, what's the story? What was that conversation like, because some of them seem like their life was changed drastically. I know you can't tell that a lot from a photo, but then I see the before and after, and then I see kind of them in front of their home or something like that, and I can only wonder what that was like.
Yeah, well, I mean, think about all your worldly possessions being ripped out of your home, piled up on the curb to be hauled away as trash, and then us being able to go in and basically give them a new home
Right.
after we're done. So if you can wrap your head around that,
I kind of can't.
then it's hard to wrap your head
Yeah.
around. I mean, I can't say I personally can.
Yeah.
I mean, I see the look on their faces. I pray with these people.
Yeah.
I hear their stories, and they always are anxious to hear to tell you their story.
Yeah.
And even folks that were not directly impacted,
Yeah.
we've had conversations with them where they come in and they talk about how they were impacted overall and how they see what we're doing, and it kind of gives them hope.
Okay. So for a student listening to this, like let's say you were a teenager and you're on the other side watching this and listening, what do you think they should be thinking? What do you think is exciting about it from a student standpoint?
Well, kind of like when I was a teenager, it was a break from my normal routine. You know, I'm going to go someplace new.
Yep.
I'm going to do something that I don't do on a daily basis.
That's so good.
I'm going to get to hang out with my friends, probably make a few new friends. And for me, being an old guy, you might actually learn something.
Yeah.
Which will definitely pay dividends later on down the road.
Yeah. That's true.
And you're certainly going to grow probably in unexpected spiritual ways.
You talked a little bit about routine, and I think that's a great way to talk about what is the routine typically like, or what has it been like for your trips? Like for anybody who doesn't even know what to think about or has never been on an alternative spring break, what is it like going out there? What's your day-to-day? Is it 2-hour days, 4-hour days? Like what are you doing during the day?
We're going to put in a full day.
Okay.
But it's very structured. You're going to get up in the morning. You're going to have breakfast. You're going to have somebody cook you breakfast and serve you breakfast. Well, you got to go through the line. Right. But it'll be a good breakfast, trust me. Yeah. You don't lose weight when you go up there. And after breakfast, the team leads kind of get their assignments if they haven't got them the night before, and you collect up whatever materials you need, and you head off to your work sites.
Okay.
You'll work all day. They do provide you, a bag lunch and all kinds of goodies to put in your bag lunch.
Right.
But you'll work all day. We come back. Usually we're back by around 5 in time to shower up and everything.
Okay.
And then dinner at 6.
Okay.
After dinner, there's typically a time of sharing and a very brief devotional. Usually by 7:30 or 8, usually at the latest, you're done for the day.
Okay.
And then it's up to you.
Okay. So this is spring break, right? So some teens are probably wondering like, where's the fun? And so not saying that, okay, we're not here to serve and it's not about us, but I think some may be wondering like, okay, like, are we going to have any fun? Do we have fun? What might we do?
We will have fun on the job. One of my best crews I ever had, actually, was the first time I went up. I went up as a crew chief alone. I self-deployed. I didn't take a team. And my very first crew was these 4 young ladies, college girls. And I was petrified. One, because they didn't know the business end of a hammer.
Okay, yeah.
But they were absolutely willing to learn.
Yeah.
They had a passion, and they made every day on the job fun, even though we were working hard and seeing and hearing some pretty bad things.
Yeah.
But the bond you get as a team, and then just being able to get out and do stuff is rewarding, which in itself I think is fun.
Yeah.
And then in the evenings, you can bring games, you can listen to music, you can do whatever you want to do.
Right.
So like when the night men came up with me a couple times ago.
Oh, Joe and Eric.
Eric, yeah. They we had an ongoing Monopoly Go battle every night.
I might bring Monopoly Deal. Have you played Monopoly?
Yeah, that's the same thing.
Oh,
Monopoly
is it?
Go,
Okay.
Monopoly Deal. Yeah, that was that was it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm pretty good at it, by the way. So.
Okay. Well, challenge accepted.
Yeah. I'm just saying. Okay. So that's really exciting. I think I've been on an alternative spring break before. We went to St. Louis, and there was a mission that we were working with there. And I remember having some of the closest friends there. We stayed in a tiny house, and they were just moments you can't get anywhere else. You know, like the moments that you have at our alternative spring break, or when you go serve in any capacity somewhere else, you can't replicate that experience here. I mean, you could serve here and do other things, but there's just something about getting away and going to go serve that it makes me really excited about this trip.
100%. 100%. We can serve here, and we have served here, as you know. My team has done quite a bit of work here.
Right.
But you go out, you do your job during the day, and then everybody goes home.
Yeah.
Out there where you're brought together, and there's a level of fellowship and growth that you're not going to get working here.
Yeah. Okay. So for the parents, I think some people might say, okay, whoa, you talked about hammers and nails and stuff. Can we talk about safety? What sort of precautions in general, not just about like, hammers and nails, but like in general, what are some things to consider safety, just to kind of ease some parents' minds that are like, man, this will be great for my teen, but I'm just wondering, what are the safety precautions?
So the safety precautions are me, largely.
Yeah.
But I've got 12, including me, of my repeat offenders going up with us. Mm-hmm. So these are all folks that have got some pretty good experience doing this kind of work. Mm-hmm. As you know, we're limited to a 1-to-3 ratio student to adult.
Right.
So we've got oversight on them, and I am certainly not going to hand somebody a nail gun who is not comfortable that and has not been supervised in the use of it first. Right. So in fact, we went up a couple times ago, and one of the gentlemen on the crew with us, he was a college guy. Mm-hmm. He was uncomfortable with power tools. He would not touch a power tool, so he didn't touch power tools.
So he wasn't forced to do something.
Yeah, you're not going to be forced to do something that you're not comfortable doing, and I'm not going to let you do something.
Right.
And I think I speak for the rest of the team.
Yeah.
Let you do something that you can't demonstrate that you can do safely.
And then I think the other thing I wanted to talk about too, or just to kind of note, is the fact that what you were saying means that there's variety of jobs to do as well, that there's not just this certain type of thing to do. But then on top of that, like, this video is not the only opportunity to learn about what is to be done. By the grace of God, we'll have a Q&A meet right before, as we get closer to in person, so that students and parents can get more involved with that.
That's correct. Yeah. And just, I mean, we will do everything from and typically do dedicate a couple of folks that really work in the rebuild center, and they're cooking and providing all the support for the teams, our team and whatever other team would be up there. Yeah. As well as, you could be doing carpentry, you could be doing painting, you could be doing insulation, you could be doing any number of different things.
Yeah. So what do you hope students take away? Like, when they get back home, what are you hoping are some experiences that they talk about, or at least treasure and hold when they come back?
The time together. Yeah. Like I said, I've been up there multiple times now, and every time I come back with a new kind of God moment. Yeah. Something new that has happened that I've experienced that has helped me grow personally. Right. As well as the reward of, blue collar labor. I was not a blue collar guy. Yeah. I grew up a blue collar guy, but there's a lot to be said for looking back at the end of the day, at the end of the week, and saying, I accomplished these things. And you can see those things. Right.
What's one challenge you think students might face on the trip? I mean, they're doing a type of work, and they're doing mission, and mission is not always, like walking through flowers. So what are some challenges you think that might be out there that a student can consider and say, oh, it might be challenging this way. Let me prepare my mind.
Okay. So we're talking about teens, right?
Yeah.
So breakfast is served at 7.
Yeah. So waking up early.
So waking up early for one.
Yeah.
But you never know what you're going to experience on the job site. And it could be with our own team. I mean, we've had team members that have had something going on in their life.
Yeah.
And, you just have to kind of stop and gather together and pray over whatever it is. It could be an interaction with a family.
Yeah.
We don't always meet the families we're working with. It kind of depends on where they are and where the job is towards completion. But definitely being able to take the time and talk to those folks and be comfortable enough to just sit and listen and let the Spirit kind of guide your interaction.
Yeah. And I like that you mentioned praying too, because it's really cool to be able to pray for somebody who's going through something like that. So what do you think this does in terms of shaping faith for a student long term? So I know you talked about the impact on you serving, but what do you think this will do for a student's faith? Not assuring it, but what might it do for a student's faith?
I would say, much like my own personal experience, it probably will give you a grounding that you may not get anywhere else. You will see God move in ways that are totally unexpected. Some of them are expected, but invariably something happens that it's like, wow, I didn't expect to see that.
Yeah.
And I think as youth, kind of building up that bank of experience will help them later on in life, because there, as you know, there are many challenges in life.
There can be. Okay. So let's say there are parents that want to get involved in this. What can they do? How can they step in? Can they be a part of it? How can parents get involved?
Absolutely. So first of all, they can pray. Second of all, they can encourage their kids. And if they really want to step out, come on with us. There's, I hear it almost every time I have a conversation about trying to bring people into this ministry, is I don't have any skills. I don't know the business end of a hammer. You provide the availability, and God will provide the ability.
Exactly. A while back, I think it was, Hurricane Helene happened in what year?
It happened
was it 24 or 25?
It was actually, I guess,
24.
October of 24. September or October of 24.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Because I was up there the first time in October of 24, and I was there just a couple weeks after it happened.
Okay. I remember you guys coming back around the Christmas season and talking about the story of someone's house. And I want you to tell the story, but do you remember where y'all talked about somebody that was out of the house and they were actually able to get into their house for the holidays? Do you remember?
Oh, yeah.
Can you rehash that story for anybody that wasn't told? Sure.
That was actually the first time we went up to do actually rebuild versus recovery operations.
Yeah.
And at that point, Baptist on Mission was focused on what they called rapid rebuild, which was not what we're doing now. What we're doing now is when we're done, the house is finished. It looks great.
Wow. Okay.
Rapid rebuild was get them a basic livable home.
Yeah.
If you got two people, living in the house that typically sleep in different bedrooms, they both have a door on their bedroom. They have a functioning kitchen with 6 feet of counter space, a sink and a stove, and a wash and a refrigerator, and paint on the walls and floors down, and that was pretty much it. So all the there wasn't necessarily going to be trim. There wasn't going to be a lot of things. Any extra bedrooms, any extra bathrooms. That was not going to be done. Wow. So that's what we were doing then, and so we were working in a home, and they were actually, it was a couple that was probably in their 50s, I guess. And then they had, I think, her mom living with them. They had been living in a hotel since the storm happened, bouncing between hotels.
Yeah.
And we were able to get them back into their home literally, I think it was a week before Christmas, maybe 2 weeks before Christmas.
Yeah.
And to
Wow.
be able to talk to them and pray with them and tell them, hey, look, your home is it's not done yet. Somebody's going to come back and help you with more.
Yeah.
But at least you've got a place to stay that is not a hotel room. You can cook your own food.
Yeah.
You can wash your own clothes.
For the holidays.
Yeah. For the holidays. You've got
Christmas.
You've got a bathroom that works that,
Yeah.
So
that really impacted me when y'all told that story. And so I really wanted you to share that again. Last question. How did you feel being able to like say that to someone who didn't have access to the home, and in a way you were part of a team that was able to give them access back?
It's kind of back to my blue collar statement earlier. We were up there and we cranked for a week on this house. I mean, we worked hard.
Yeah.
Because we knew, we could potentially get them into their home. And if we didn't get it done, then, was another team going to come in behind us and do it or not?
Right.
So we worked really hard to be able to do that. So it was super rewarding. And this was a good job in that we actually got to interact quite a bit with that family.
Right.
And so to be able to, kind of hand them the keys at the end of the week,
that had to be rewarding.
it was amazing. It was amazing. And it brings tears to your eyes. I almost want to bring tears to my eyes right now.
Yeah.
Just because, I mean, they're so grateful.
Right.
And have been through so much.
Right.
And have been living in, a hotel is okay for a couple of days, but a couple of months is not so bueno.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited. Thank you so much for spending the time to just talk about it. And I'm really excited for what the Lord's going to do through the group together, because this is a cross-generational thing we're doing too. But then also it's an experience for students to be able to see how to be the hands and feet of Christ.
Absolutely.
So thank you, Bret, for just giving us the opportunity to do that.
You bet.